so much. The last explanation was perfect, by the way. Everything. It was perfect. So I think my questions have been answered by listening to you for a while and also today. So thank you so much again. But I think I just need like little fine-tuning a little bit in some aspects.
New questions hatching constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in your teachings, you always mention like being unconditional and unconditional, like happiness.
I want to explain that really, really fast here. So conditional love is looking for conditions that make me feel good and not being happy otherwise. Unconditional love is reaching for the vibration that hasn't turned into conditions yet. Reaching for the feeling which isn't a condition. Finding alignment. Can you feel the difference? Material, condition, unconditional, not yet materialized. That's a really easy way to look at this.
So how do we achieve to get to that state? You know, like meditation is one of the best ways, obviously, but for example, like listing like positive aspects or like it's like focusing on like good things are also conditional.
All of those things help, but it's kind of hard, especially if you're trying to talk yourself into changing the way you feel about something. But it might be helpful for you to know that it's your natural state of being. It's naturally who you are, and it's completely who your inner being is. So if you stumble into it accidentally, or if you meditate yourself there or appreciate yourself there, a continual rejoining of that alignment will show you what that feeling of love is. It's interesting because the better it gets, the better it gets. So sometimes you find yourself in alignment, but you describe that alignment as peaceful or interested or satisfied. That's our favorite word, satisfied. And then in that satisfied state of being, since you're in the receiving mode, then you begin receiving more inspiration, and then things start materializing. And as they begin to materialize, the momentum of them increases, and out there somewhere in the manifestation, that's when you call it love. It's almost like the momentum has to be more before you'll give it that great big word. You get what we're saying? So this conversation today has been about thoughts turning to things. So life caused you to put them there. They got bigger and bigger and bigger until you received them. And once they're active in your manifested self, this is the first time that we've said that. This is important for you to hear that. So here's this vibrational reality. Well, big deal. It's a vibrational reality. Come out here where I am. Is a vibrational reality. Well, how are these thoughts going to turn to things? You've got to receive them. And as you receive them with your conscious mind, now it's not just your inner being that's been gathering all the cooperative components. Now you are too. And that's why ideas begin to occur to you. You all came for the manifestation. Don't be embarrassed about it. There are a lot of people who sit in chairs like you are in who want to be spiritual, not material. And we say there's nothing more spiritual than the materialization of the spirit that is you. That's what you came for. You are a creator. And so turning those thoughts to things. So you lived some things and you thought some thoughts and you launched some rockets that you're not a match to. But your inner being knew the value of what you carved out and gave undivided attention to this essence of something that you really, really want. And the essence of it became more and more and more and attracted the cooperative components. The question is, are you allowing yourself to be one of the cooperative components that's being attracted? So you meditate, you quiet your mind, you get rid of the clutter. You allow your vibration to rise. Now you're right on the wavelength of what's in there. And now you begin to receive some beginning ideas and feelings about it. And as you're manifested, flesh, blood, and bone mind gets hold of the vibrational, non-physical, unconditional thought, and now you've got it. Now this vibration is turned into a thing called an idea. And for most, that's usually when you say, now I have a desire. And we say, now you have a desire that you've recognized as your desire. Before, it was stuff, but it had to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you had to get ready and ready and ready, and now you received it, and now it's a desire. Is that helpful to you? And then, once that happens, that's when you want to turn up the gas. That's when you want to start talking about it and imagining it and thinking about it, making framework about it, imagining being in it, imagine driving it or living in it or being with it or having the experience of it. Let your mind fill in the details of it. That's your hands in the clay. And once you get there, this cooperative universe will answer to a minute detail what you have identified that you want. It is only beneficial for your creating to be sort of nebulous and general in the early stages. But once you're ready for it, and once you've meditated or appreciated or however you got into alignment, and once you're in alignment, and once the ideas are flowing, and you've received the idea, now talk about the idea. Oh, I got this great idea. I saw myself flying airplanes, or I saw myself in the most magnificent musical band in the world, or. Now add the details to it that only you can add to it, you see. And let the universe say, all right then, because the momentum was already there. The life force was already there. The projection of it was already there. The direction of it was already there. The certainty of it was already there. Now you get to fill in the conditional pieces. Helpful?
Yeah.
Did you get it? Was it too much for you?
Yeah.
Did you hear it? Did you feel resonance with it? Do you understand it? Do you know it? Does it make you feel like you're willing to be more patient? Because there's sort of a lot going on. You don't put the kernel of corn in the ground. Planted it this morning. Let's see how it's doing. That's disappointing. Remember that you know that there's a process, and you could cool your jets and allow the process to do what it does, and you could enjoy knowing what you did and knowing why you did it and knowing what it means. You could enjoy the impulse to tend to it and water it and watch for it and take care of it. You could enjoy the evolution of this. You could take it all the way to that delicious fulfillment, you see. Everything's like that.
Yeah, makes sense, yeah. And you also say that, like our inner being always knows what our path of least resistance is, right? But like, how do we know? By doing this process, right? Like what is our path
your
of
inner
least
being
resistance?
knows where you stand in terms of your physical readiness to receive. That's a good way to say that. So your inner being understands your readiness to receive. There's a better way of saying that. Your inner being knows the timing. Your inner being knows your readiness to receive. So your inner being knows the proximity between where you are in terms of readiness to receive and what you're ready to receive. So your inner being is always guiding you appropriately to your readiness. Timing and creation are the same word. Timing and law of attraction are the same word. Timing and alignment and readiness are the same word. So your inner being knows, like you said, your inner being knows what resistance you've got on your trail. But your inner being doesn't say, oh, well, there's resistance there. No point in knowing what we know. Instead, your inner being says, we know what we know, and we know that there's resistance, but we know that there is a path for you around your resistance. So we'll just keep offering the signal, the knowing. And if you're willing to get yourself in proximity of the signal, in time, sooner or later, you'll pick it up. And when you do, oh, that's what life is. That's the juice of life. You think that the juice of life is throwing it in the vortex, it gestating, it coming out where you can see it, and you saying, oh, there you are. Most humans think that's what life is. I want it, bam, there it is, yay. That's not what life is. What life is living life to be sure I want it and wanting it, and Source taking it from there. Source adding all the influence and all the juice and all of the energy that creates worlds and gathering all the cooperative components, because law of attraction is responding to your desire, tended by the focus of your inner being. And now, because you understand the relationship between your desire and your inner being, now you do whatever you can do to bring yourself into alignment, and then the idea occurs to you. And at first, in meditation, oh, here it is. We have not said this before either. In meditation, when the idea occurs to you. It's enough in meditation. It's delicious in meditation. It's an idea not evolved and not fulfilled, but it is so satisfying because you received the next step of it. Now, if you're over here in your physical body looking for it, it's like, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. It's not an idea that I can sell yet. It's not an idea that I can even explain to anybody yet. It's not big enough for me to explain to any other humans. It's not big enough. Well, if you'd stop needing to sell it to other humans or convince other humans about it, if you could just feel the satisfaction of recognizing that there's an idea and finding a willingness within yourself to play it out, oh, are you going to have a really fun experience? People say, where are you going? You say, over here. They say, why? You say, I don't know. Just feels like a good place to go. What are you looking for? Nothing. Then why are you going? It feels really good. What do you expect over there? Good things. Like what? Don't know. Waiting for them to surprise and delight me. Why are you so sure of this? Feels good. I can feel I'm on the track. I know how the laws of the universe work. I've been asking for a lot of things. I know my inner being has been gathering cooperative components. I know it's been expanding, and I know I was in alignment. I know the satisfaction of my meditation. I felt this impulse. I'm going over there. Why? Because I want to, because it feels good. I don't think you should go. Get lost. Don't you think you should come over here where there are meaningful things? Let me show you the things that I've got going. No, your things are not as meaningful to me as my things. This is my creation. I've created this. This is the thing that matters most to me. I'm following this. I might meet you along the way somewhere, but I'm not following you. I'm following this. I'm following the whiff, the stream, the smell, the scent of my own creation, because my inner being has projected it and I'm on the trail. Do you need to see it more? No, this feels really good. I will see it more, and that'll be exciting too. And when it manifests fully, I'll have a celebration. And then right after, or maybe in the middle of my celebration, I'm going to start over. Because I didn't do all of this for that. I did all of it for this. The joy is in the journey. The joy is in the recognizing and the coming into one. The joy is in the riding of the energy, of the being one with the energy, of being one with the energy, which is being one with the clarity, which is being one with the knowing, which is being one with the full creation of it. I'm a creator. I'm not someone who just enjoys piled up creations. This is not a garage sale. Remember all those things you used to like that don't matter anymore? Isn't it the stuff that's now, the active stuff now that you're about?